Hello, welcome to another episode of playing Crusader Kings 3 using the hardest possible rule set, starting as the Duke of Champagne in 1178. We're now our original character's granddaughter. Unfortunately, at the beginning of the game, we lost all of our ancestral lands, spent quite a while as a landless adventurer, primarily with our second character, and now are trying to develop Bar and some nearby duchies, counties to get on the comeback trail, and they'll see how much we can conquer and eventually get back to a strong, stable area. So one of the things that we would like to do eventually is we are playing on total exclave independence. That means whenever we die, any territory that is not connected by land or sea to the territory where our capital is will become independent, which means currently these two counties. Now we're 48. We are have good health, even though we're going blind, unfortunately, and a bit prematurely. So we have some time to do that, but we do eventually want to do it. And the obvious, most direct way to do it is to go through Upper Lotharingia here. You can see that they are quite powerful. We have a couple of useful allies, but taking him on is going to be quite difficult. I think what we do for the moment is continue to sweep up these little duchies here that are part of Lower Lotharingia. Try to just slowly build up our power, and hopefully we'll still have our allies and the ability to take on Upper Lotharingia when the time comes. So I'll fabricate another claim here. I'm thinking we probably are going to want to give away Koblenz here. Okay. So zooming out on the map, we are part of this massive Francia Empire. This was originally put together by Henry II, who became a scourge conqueror. I believe, he had at least, maybe he had one heir that was also a scourge conqueror, or maybe he just did all this himself, and then his children lost the scourge conqueror trait, his descendants, and so since then it's still held together pretty well. There is pressure from so Mali had been a scourge conqueror. Looks like they are no longer. The Ayyubids had also been scourge conquerors. Seemingly they are no longer as well. The Abbasids, on the other hand, are still scourge conquerors, as is Wallachia here. That guy is very young, so he has many years left to terrorize us, terrorize the map, other rulers. So there are plenty of concerns that we have here. You see there that the AI, we are playing on very hard. As you see, they can put together some quite large armies. See, Bavaria has almost 40,000 troops, while our liege, the Emperor of Francia, has almost 65,000. So we'll see how that war goes. It's almost uncomfortably close to where we are. Hopefully we don't have to end up landless again. I've talked repeatedly, I'm not a huge fan of landless play, and so I'd rather avoid it if I can. So this is our main heir. He's currently marshal. Question of cynical or just. So cynical is more stats. Obviously you lose a lot of zealot vassal opinion, lose monthly piety. Just, you get a fair amount of opinion along with some stewardship, learning, and though it's a net 0 in terms of overall stats, I think let's go with just. Let's also see if we can influence his personality to give him something good. Certainly since he's martial, we want him to be brave, so we will do that. Where is the Duchy of Munster's? Up in, yeah, okay, up in Ireland, so far away. Just want to see here if there's anything close by. I mean, Lawsitz is also quite far away. I think we'll just forbear on getting any claims from the Pope. Instead, look to sweep up these counties. See, I am going to be behind relatively soon at this rate. Doesn't matter too much because my character is not leading armies, but still it's a bit surprising at how quickly it has happened. I think what we're looking to do is get enough counties to potentially claim our liege's throne. But as you can see, he's very powerful. He might die before we do. He's gluttonous, so good chance he'll be obese. He already has fragile bones. So perhaps when he dies, that will be the time to claim his title and for us to become a queen, hopefully. In the meantime, we are going to extend our power this way. So last episode I was surprised. I raised my armies why they were so expensive. That was clearly because I did not have organized armies on. Because we have some areas that have low control that I've been trying to improve. So what we'll do is turn organized armies on for when we're at war. When that's done, we'll go back to improving control. One thing I should have looked at is how much gold the AI has, this ruler has. Since we're playing on very hard, mercenaries are very cheap for the AI. You can see she just hired some. Shouldn't really matter though, hopefully. And so you always want to keep an eye on how much gold the AI has. Someone might look at someone, they have 500 troops. If they have 500 gold, when you fight them, they could easily have 3,000 troops. Unless you're prepared for that, it's going to be a very nasty surprise. See, we're losing a little bit of gold with our armies fully raised. Organized armies on, but not too much. Improve our claim knight. More gold is good. He's happy to get more gold. Should probably be swaying someone. Guess our sister here, who's our only county level vassal at the moment. There we go. One thing we could do, I don't think anyone's trying to murder us at the moment, hopefully. Our spy master is absolutely terrible, but we can't change her. I was going to say we find secrets at our liege's court, but I don't even know it's worth it with a spy master that bad. It's genuinely awful. I think we do want to give away some of these counties if there is an adult member of our dynasty who is good. Guess our sister at the moment is the only one. Alternative would be to save them for our son, but our sons, I should say. But I think we're better off giving them away because we are playing with -3 domain limit. That means, we're often going to be playing at least somewhat over our domain limit, which is, currently only 2. but you do have to be careful about letting these penalties stack up too much. So, or at least give our sister this one title. Go back to improving control in Cologne, which is a very wealthy province. And we will get another claim on this kid. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, I don't think. And we'll just be slow and steady. One thing I did want to look at is culture. That's a very interesting culture, obviously with 8 cultural traditions. Are we, unfortunately, that we can't convert to that culture, I don't think. We're not, our capital is not located in that little bit of Rhinelander culture. So we'll move on. At the very beginning of the game, we were looking at hybridizing French with Swabian down here, but all those plans were destroyed when we lost our initial lands. I think that's a very silly title, and it comes up all the time. Nickname, I should say, but we'll just deal with it. Bear it. See if you can learn. You cannot learn another language. I think if you try to make him learn more languages than his maximum, he'll just become stressed out, which we don't want. We'll give him rough terrain expert, though that's pretty easy to learn. Guess we'll take the stress. Looks like our ultimate liege is not doing terribly well against these Bavarians. I'm not sure where our liege's armies even are. I would have thought. Okay, well, there's some of them. Here they are. All right, fair enough. I would think they could attack the Bavarians and defeat them, but apparently they don't want to take that risk. Get more stewardship experience. We are a stewardship character, so that's very useful. Getting to the point where the buildings are just very expensive, but we do want to keep improving our counties, building them up, becoming more powerful, so that we're better positioned to fight places like Upper Lotharingia. Guess they're fighting an internal war, but won't last very long. Character continues to go blind. Not ideal, of course, but we'll live with it. Where is the Emperor? Because we go pay homage. Really just get... Oh, it's a Tar Liege. Okay, so that's even shorter. Really just doing this for the little bit of renown. 150 renown, or 100 renown, sorry. 150 prestige, so, that's all good. Probably should have got a caravan master. Check here, still have our excellent tutor. Want our son here to be educated as well as possible. Our other son, I think, make him marshal as well. Likewise, start influencing his personality toward good traits. We'll keep going here. Okay, obviously Genghis Khan's descendants have broken up, though they have some quite large realms here. Maybe really just these two. These are only two that are Borgian, I believe. Yeah. Okay, well, whatever. We'll continue on with our little corner of the world, seeing what we can do here. Holy Roman Empire looks to be in some significant trouble. All sorts of claims against it. Doesn't look like any internal rebellions yet. We will get this county to be safe. We will call in one of our allies. We do have two very strong allies here. Fortunately, we are now allied with the usurpers that currently hold our ancestral lands, which is sort of unfortunate, really, but we will deal with it. I think out of an abundance of caution, we'll wait for our allies to arrive. Talked about before, we'll put our martial and organize armies, so we're barely losing any money with all our armies raised. Now we'll go in. Hopefully this will be an easy victory. Wow. Oh, stalwart defenders and the Rangers huts. Okay, that's a huge advantage for them, but they were just overwhelmed. Just too many troops that we have. More county for us. Also give this to our sister. Let's see if we're going to form an alliance with our sister. I held off on doing that early because I just wasn't sure whether we wanted to take her the county over here in Bar that she inherited, but I think at this point it's clear we're not going to be antagonistic toward her, so we might as well form the alliance. Prevent her from joining any factions against us as we make her more powerful. And then back to improving control. And which one of these little counties we want next? Might as well take the easiest one, just Berg. I think we can destroy this armor. We have better. We have a couple of purple armors. Okay, so we can claim leader's title. That's good. Okay, and he's not doing well, which, hate to sound mean, but that's also good. We will pin him and likely try to claim his title when the time comes. Not going to make it in time to that tournament, so we don't need to worry about it. Build another building, make some more gold, improve our net income. we can better support our armies. That's really what all this is about, is trying to get the best buildings we can so that we can support a large army and eventually be powerful enough so that if we have to fight against scourge conquerors, we'll be able to defeat them. But we're quite a ways from that point, unfortunately. We do still have 200 years to get there. The way this game's going, I don't know if you've ever seen the 1453 end date, but you might very well make it here. I talked about before that my personal win condition is I want to be indisputably the most powerful ruler in the land, and we have a very long way to go to get there at this rate. So unfortunately, our liege's son really isn't that much less powerful than he was. Sometimes when there's a succession, the son will be substantially less powerful, and it can be an opportunity to strike, but not here, unfortunately. So we're going to have everyone pay. Just want more gold. She's our only real vassal. It does cost us some legitimacy, which is unfortunate, especially because we don't have that much, but they'll really want the gold. Obviously, we're playing a female character, which is unfortunate since she's really limited in what sort of grand tournament event she can participate in. I think it's really just recital, board games, and I think horse racing. Talked in prior campaigns, and I think probably this one as well, about the importance of Hospluter experience. This makes your character much more powerful, especially if you're maxed out in all 4 trees of Hospluter, but not something you can feasibly do with a female character. That's to secure one of our alliances. It hurts to give away daughters for that instead of using them for improving our genetic breeding program, but sort of the way it goes. So Lower Lotharingia, I believe, was held by our prior liege. I assume it's still held by... No. Who does hold the Duchy of Lower Lotharingia? Still think we're probably better just taking the county. Oh. Well, let's see. If we attack him, who do we have to fight? It says we'll just be facing 7,000 troops, which I think is doable. So instead of being an individual county, you can see that that Berg is now under Lower Lotharingia. We will want to call in all the allies we have. Maybe this one. Yeah, it's only 10. Repair our prize bow, even though it's expensive. Then we will go to war. As before, we'll want to have our allies join us, at least Champagne, our largest one. Not seeing the enemy armies, so maybe we'll move in here. Secure the war goal. Okay, here comes the enemy armies. I think we'll be able to complete our sieges and then go down there and attack them. They have 15 months on their siege. We have 5 months on this one. Should be good. Go up here and help our allies finish this siege. And go down and attack their armies. We'll be attacking over a river, but I think we'll be okay. Bit surprised our liege, ultimate liege, has done so poorly against the Bavarians, but obviously has. I think if we can track down that army, we'll end the war. Don't think we're going to need any other troops here. Forgot to change over my marshal from increase control to organize army, but okay. Do want Cologne to be at 100 control as soon as we can, since that is quite important. It is a very powerful county, particularly with the special cathedral. Go ahead and build a water wheel as well, upgrade it. Let's check out our children again. Try to make him ambitious. Obviously, chances aren't good. Can learn another language now. Younger son. Make him brave. Have him learn a language. Okay. Not too surprising. Guess we'll say we'll join this. Guess maybe we really want to help. Have to organize army. Would like to keep that ally. He usually has like 7,000 troops, so assume we can't call in anyone else to help him. Nope. Okay, well, we'll see what happens here. I don't think we're going to be able to stand against that many troops, unfortunately. So we're probably going to lose this ally. Yeah, I just don't think there's anything I can do. Oh well. Obviously, it's going to make things more challenging when interesting that. Okay. The Emperor now holds that territory, which is unfortunate, really. I think we will see what we can do in terms of getting Trier here. He has a lot of gold. That's really, really unfortunate. There are other places we can attack. And all of these just everywhere are so powerful. we could, might as well go for Aachen, I guess. It's, you know, quite powerful county. Looks like the Holy Roman Empire is sort of falling apart. We talked earlier about total exclave independence, so there presumably was a succession, and because, you know, this part of the Holy Roman Empire was separate from, you know, these areas in Bavaria and so forth, you know, all those became independent. So there's not much left of the Holy Roman Empire, really. We're making a very healthy 41 gold now. Heirs now 15. Wanted to see if there's anyone who's a suitable marriage candidate for him. Obviously, in an ideal world, we'd find someone who is a genius, at least intelligent, but there's just no one. I really think our best option is to betroth them to his niece, and yeah, I mean, at least they'll reinforce some of the existing traits, and then maybe their children can marry someone who is a genius or at least intelligent. Sort of unfortunate on multiple grounds, but I think that's the best thing to do. Assume we have no chance of murdering this guy. Phase length of 5 months. Jeez. Maybe let's save up some gold and take another look. See if we can get some good agents. I just think it's going to be very challenging. I mean, there's very little we'd be able to participate in there. If we were male, it'd be a great tournament. You know, definitely go do it, but not this. So just quite a few wars here. Okay, unfortunately our son only had a 3-star education, but you know, it is what it is. Strange. We could expose that he's a witch. Maybe that'll make Pope more willing to give us a claim, and actually doesn't say he's a witch. Yeah, still can't even excommunicate him. Alright. So definitely give our younger son Diligent here. Just a very powerful trait. Now the question is, exactly who is he allied to here? Prince of... Okay, that's less important. I mean, I would think Phrygia is his own vassal, so I shouldn't be able to call him in. So let's go ahead and see if we can take Aachen here. We will call in all of our allies, including, I guess, poor beleaguered Orleans, who we aren't helping. See if there's any other issues here that we need to address. Raise our armies down here. Wait for Champagne to join us and just head up and directly siege Aachen. Build isn't great, but let's see, we can siege them. 15, we have 6, so obviously yes. Orleans is really fighting for its life down there, and still doing a pretty good job, really. Probably not thrilled with its faithless allies, namely us. They did help us out on quite a few occasions, and we're not doing much for them. Still not sure in the end. Yeah, I think it's just too many troops from Aquitaine. Don't think we could change the course of that battle, unfortunately. I think after... Actually, let's go ahead and attack their army now. Very large advantage. I'm not sure why. Oh, we're fighting in home territory, and yeah, okay, fine. Then it all makes sense. Obviously, my stack wipe. We just need one more point, which we should get more score, and we did. Checking here, obviously, now. Eventually we'll get primogeniture, probably not during her lifetime, unfortunately. I'd rather give away Koblenz to my elder son, but... Or sorry, my younger son. This intelligent woman just appeared. Could have married him to our elder son. I guess if we really wanted to, we could still do that, but I think maybe just leave it the way it is now. She'll be 30 when he's 16. That's probably okay. We will give him this county. I mean, I don't generally like giving counties to underage rulers, particularly my own direct sons, but it does give him something so he won't be looking at Cologne. I think let's give this a shot. In terms of getting the claim. Wait, so can we attack Lower Lotharingia again? We can. Maybe let's do that first. Sure. See, our monthly income continues to increase. It's partly because we're at war and have war profiteer. We could, though, look to build up our armies a bit. It's probably too much, but at. Yeah, I want to go up. Crown Authority, sure. Gold. We'll change our son's contract to pay us more gold. Let's also take a look at our sister's contract, see if we can change it to scutage, but it's not available. Okay, keep pushing forward here. Probably will need powerful as military as we can get, and we have to, when we are fighting Upper Lotharingia here. We could try murdering him, but I think it's just going to take such a long time. You saw earlier the phases would be 5 months each. That's just so much. Instead, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Gold, always good. Cologne is almost at full control. It's almost certainly one reason our gold has increased so significantly. So while we're attacking Upper Lotharingia, we are going to be attacking not that. We'll be fabricating claims on Trier and maybe even Nancy and Neufchâteau. We'll try to take a big chunk of Upper Lotharingia all at once and try to connect our two currently separated realms here. But in the meantime, we'll grab another county. which we'll likely give to our youngest son. Or leader of Orleans is now landless, which I sadly know how that feels. Hopefully he'll get some land and be able to be more of a help to us, and be able to do more of his own at some point. Again, we're powerful enough that we should be able to take the war target ourselves. Looks like the enemy's forces again are somewhere else. Guess he has his capital up here. Oh no, over here. Okay, it's a choice. Obviously, one of the dangers of having the realm that's all spread out is take a long time to respond when you are attacked. So even with our newly enlarged armies raised, we're doing quite well in terms of our income. Should be able to catch a little bit of their forces. See if our allies will come and we'll catch the rest. Start fighting them in the mountains. They have a significant advantage, but let's focus on our war here. I do need to improve my prestige, as that's helpful for selling trivial titles, and also if I wanted to usurp my liege's title, I need a lot of prestige, and so this is actually a problem. Could do hunts or something. Take a look at this plague coming from our north. Don't know that we need to go into isolation or seclusion yet, especially with the favorable result there. We bring another county under our control. Made a bit of a mistake there, because the first county I attacked was not the war goal, so not terribly smart. So he still wants one more county at least. We're going to go with Marshall, since our next heir will be Marshall, and also we just want to improve our military as much as possible. You can see that the armies we're having to fight are quite large, so we really want to be as powerful as we can be. We'll usurp Lower Lotharingia or Lower Lorraine, as the case may be. Let's see how expensive it is to go on a falconry hunt. Do want some prestige here. We could obviously also do a feast. Looks like this is the best place. Going max is going to be quite expensive, but I think it's probably worth it. Do want the prestige and levels of fame. So really just more the prestige. Don't need that barony. We'll start improving control and a la Chapelle. Why are we isolated? Why are we losing? I guess just from the plague. Huh. Okay, I'm not sure why it says isolated capital. Our capital is not isolated. But whatever. We will soldier on. Let's go big. See if we get lucky. Unfortunate. Yeah, it's really getting expensive, but she is all the way down the builder trait, so she's going to be the best person to build all these buildings. It's only going to get more expensive for our heirs, who will be marshal and not be going down stewardship probably at all. So we did get a lot more prestige. Also get to improve our accolades, our acclaimed knights, so both of those are quite good. Okay, interesting. So it looks like creating the Duchy of Lower Lorraine fixed our succession, at least for the moment. See what happens as we continue to get more titles. So now we got our claim on Trier. Let's get a claim on Nancy. Guess we can do this. Get a little more piety. Now the question is, now what do we want to do? Pay homage again? Is there a no? Okay, I guess we just have a new... Oh, okay. I usually spare no expense to rebuild because it's a increase in development, which is quite helpful. Okay, so this is our liege. I've talked before about I don't think coronations are very valuable, except when they're your liege. Advocate domain, hopefully we'll get some more development or other benefits that could be quite useful. Meantime, let's continue to increase the size of our army. When Aachen or a la Chapelle gets online, that will also be very helpful. When I say get online, I mean when we have it at 100% control or near there. So who's attacking who? Yikes. So our top liege is now the 7-year-old. I mean, that's not good. Still a bit confused as to what Okay, whatever. I don't think it affects me. Well, I don't know how much longer Frankia is going to be together. If your 7-year-old takes over, that's not good. There's one thing you want to be really careful about. In your own succession is you really don't want children to take over. It's much more damaging than in a when you're playing under a standard rule set, just because you have 2 layers of rule changes making our vassals more likely to join factions and rebel against you. Specifically, we're on very hard, which means that AI vassals are more likely to join factions, more likely to rebel against a player ruler. And then we're also on lesser realm stability, which means vassals are more likely to rebel against all rulers. Here, this is one of the things we wanted from Advocate Domain. We want to increase the development in all of our counties, get more gold. Prayer for Wealth is good here. So we are still doing some building. Obviously, we're a stewardship-focused character. Guess we can do this. He doesn't even have any detractors, so... there is a good chance we're going to be trying to overthrow him at some point. But there's a question of exactly when the best time will that be. Again, I don't accept exiles. That would change the fate of my counties. If they're exiles of my own fate, then I must always accept them. Always happy to take that little bit of temporary control loss in exchange for the gain in development. But yeah, looks like this might be the end of Frankia. It's really starting to look bad. Don't need this. I want this guy to be my nemesis. When I take this, when I get the claim on this last county, then we're going to attack him. So he's probably going to hate us enough as it is. There's a question now, do we want to change our focus and our lifestyle? The extra 10% gold is just very powerful. I always think that we want to stay where we are. Just keep going and continue to make our gold, build our buildings, watch our ultimate liege get torn apart, apparently. The YouTuber Tarkus Archosaur, when Paradox came out with a very hard mode, said one of the problems is that it becomes very static and there's no entropy. And I think that was a fair criticism if you're playing on hard mode alone. I believe if you're playing on these settings where you have frequent scourge conquerors with their heirs inheriting, they are a great source of entropy. probably a bigger source of entropy than anything else you can do in CK3. And you can see that things are just constantly in flux. Where there was a time when Francia had this massive empire, looked like they might have a series of heirs that would always scourge conquerors, and now it's falling apart. Interesting to me that Scandinavia put together an empire and seemingly did not have a scourge conqueror. Moldavia, which previously had a scourge conqueror, does not. Mali does not. Ayyubids don't. Abbasids still do, unfortunately, though they haven't made much more progress into Europe, so hopefully they stay in the Middle East and don't present a risk to my lands. Don't really think I need that. So we'll have to see how close. Well, I guess let's be safe. Let's be safe and go ahead and go into seclusion, isolate our capital. Not sure why. Okay. I mean, there's clearly going to be a plague in our realm soon enough. Let us educate our grandson. This is the son of our player heir. He's quite good, but for the fact he doesn't have an intelligence trait. Of course, if he did have an intelligence trait, he could strengthen the bloodline, which is extremely powerful. But we'll have to wait on that. Has the plague still not spread into our realm? Apparently not. Talked before about consumption is a certain way the most annoying plague. Because if you get consumption, you often have it for several years. Will go to this hunt, and when you have consumption, you can't really do anything except declare wars. You can't participate in any activities, and so it's quite annoying. All right, I guess it technically hasn't spread to our realm. It's obviously literally in the bordering counties, so more martial is good, particularly when it comes with prestige. So we're just waiting for this last claim to be fabricated, and then we will be taking over Upper Lotharingia, and ideally connecting up our realms. And after we do that, we'll be taking a serious look at claiming our Liege's title. Man, he is just so powerful. Okay, well, I'll have to see then. Galloway is obviously very far away. Okay, let's make sure that we have our... Oh, gosh. So obviously the real concern here is this guy's been our main ally for most of our wars. And he looks like he's about to die. On the other hand, Duke Aemar may also be about to die. I think he will have, 14-year-old take over. We'll have one ally. Let's just wait. Let's wait and see what happens. Hopefully Duke Aemar dies and our ally in Champagne does not, but with our luck, probably the opposite will happen. But let's just hold on and take a look at Duke Aemar. There we go. Okay. Oh, and so their realms split, actually, I think. Or maybe not. No, it did not. Okay. But clearly this is the time to go to war. Okay, looks like our main ally did die. That's unfortunate, but we'll deal with it. I think this is a sufficiently important war that we want to hire special mercenaries if we can. It can be quite powerful. You see those 6,000 men, just Frankian veterans and Huskarls and all this stuff. So it really helps here. I think same. Bring in 2 groups of mercenaries. And hope that is enough. And we will see about maybe even increasing our own armies a little bit here. And away we go. Catch that army. Not sure we will. We aren't going to, obviously. Let's not attack over the river. Did give them the opportunity to escape, unfortunately. We should be able to catch that guy. Yes, okay, good. Stack wipe one army. See about stack wiping the other. Or at least inflicting a solid defeat on them. That is very bad. Great. Okay. So, person we're fighting just made an alliance with Akitan, who is very powerful, and they're going to be coming our way. Hopefully, okay, we do see one of our the mercenaries that we hired heading toward us. That's very important. Let's see if we can siege down Upper Lotharingia's capital here quickly. And then we'll likely need to move back to our own capital if Akitan is sieging it down. Our other son who got an even worse education, which is unfortunate. Where is our other mercenaries? Great. So we've got some more gold here. I think we go with yet more special mercenaries if we can. Maybe we can't. Okay. Let's look to our own armies. Might as well get as many armored horsemen as we can. Okay, here come our other mercenaries. That's good. As soon as we complete this siege, we're going to be heading down. They're sieging quite fast. Let's hope our mercenaries all follow us. Catch. Okay, well. just gonna have to see what we can do here. No, it does not look okay. Maybe it looks better. It's looking good. Good. I think there you can see the power of the special mercenaries. They made all the difference there. Now we will immediately head back up here. Take on Upper Lotharingia's armies. Hopefully we catch them. Looks like we will. So if we stack by for those armies, we'll get more gold to support our war efforts. Let's see if we can... Yep, we're going to go for the max amount of gold again. We don't have that many vassals. Really, our only vassals are our sister and our son. So I don't think they're going to be likely to rebel. Let's see. We are going to have to siege something to win this. Let's look at what the easiest thing to siege might be. Looking at fort level here. Okay, I think that one, the fort level of 14. And we just need 2 percentage points, so I think any siege would do it, so long as... Right, I was obviously looking at the wrong thing. Not smart. But they do have... Upper Lotharingia does have a castle here with fort level 14, so just 4 months for us. Okay, we'll take the gold. Now we have a lot of gold. We'll think about what to do with that when we are done with this war. That is gold that could come in handy if we want to attack our liege. Alright, I think we're going to lose the siege for one of our ancillary baronies down there, but actually we won't, because we will win the war first. Should be able... About to say that I thought we should be able to usurp Upper Lotharingia. But we cannot. We need 1 more county. That is unfortunate. But we'll get to work on it. I mean, of course, the other thing... Ugh, well, whatever. The other thing we could do is if we got our legitimacy up, then we might not need another county. Also want to distribute our new counties. I think we will give them to our son here. Oh, that is excellent. That is amazing. So our son and main heir, we now have a grandson that could strengthen the bloodline. So we want to pay close attention to him. So just 2 generations away now. Our daughter, who has consumption, but it'd be nice if we could find a strong alliance. These places are really far away. guess we go with this one. So our liege is just incredibly powerful. Man. I just don't think... we can do it. So our succession, you know, we have one duchy under elective that we're sending to our primary heir. And because he's our primary heir, he gets our other duchy. When we hopefully create the duchy of Upper Lotharingia, we'll likely need to put an elective succession title on it to make sure it goes to our heir. Currently, we do have the prestige to do that. It costs 1,500. So, yeah. Keep on building here. And these are quite expensive, but again, this is the best character to build with. She will get is getting a significant discount compared to what will happen when her martial-minded sons take over. So I think we are on this slow but steady comeback. Looks like the child ruler of the Francia Empire died. It's interesting that we went from Plantagenets to Capets, Capets, whatever. So you probably have at least someone who's an adult. He's not a great ruler, and he may die from consumption, but... Oh. Let's see, who is this? Current ruler of the Kingdom of France, so, okay. Plantagenets might, you know, come back to the throne of the Empire of Francia. Could hold another hunt once we get a master of hunt. It's also a caravan master. Maybe a bodyguard. Safe side here. We want the hunts for falconry primarily for prestige. The most expensive hunt trip. Well, it's a bit of a risk, but we passed, so should be around a few more years, even though we're going to be blind soon. Change our son's contract to get more gold. get a nice chunk of experience here, hopefully. I just went blind, which is unfortunate, but something that's been coming for, I guess, 18 years now. All I really hope is to stay alive long enough to get this county. I certainly won't be able to participate in anything worthwhile in terms of a grand tournament. And pilgrimages are so expensive in the late Middle Ages. Really want this more for the legitimacy than anything. It's possible the Pope would also give us some, be more willing to give us claims, or we could, buy claims. So I do want to try to get some more piety here. Holy nail, I don't think it's really worth that much. Bit concerned that I can't really want to change their education focus. I mean, this son will be the one that we will want to be our eventual heir. Let's see how long. We have a while before we go to absolute crown authority. Guess we can lose this. We're probably never going to use it. I actually would like some more prestige. Oh, well, guess we're at least breaking even. Daughter keeps getting ill with consumption. Okay. Oh, I guess the Yubbins are there. Guess we'll say we'll fight. Probably not do much in terms of actually helping. I mean, I think there's a part of me that's like, this would be interesting, but then we're going to be right in the firing line of the Abbasids. The Byzantine still a quite large army, so I will pass on that. Curious if I can get any claims just on Galloway. Here, Stalwart is good. Tactician is also good. Guess we'll go with Stalwart. Yeah. If I could give away Nancy, I would. But since I may need to hold on to it, we'll improve the control. I guess I can give him Nancy. Okay, I'll do that then. Unfortunate, our liege is just so powerful, the King of Lotharingia. Otherwise, I'd certainly look into grabbing his title. Checking. I think we've maxed out our military. Yep. Okay. Hoping I will live long enough and we can take these last two counties and we'll have connected our realm and won't be affected by total exclave independence on death. I say we are in a much better position than when we started the episode and when we were wandering around landless for what seemed like eternity. We are back in the saddle in terms of being able to become a very powerful ruler. The next step, of course, after we connect here is just getting a king title. The question is, where is a king title that we could get? Really? So this guy has two sinful traits. He's rakish. He's an adulterer, which is shunned. And yet the Pope still likes him, apparently. All right. Well, okay, so won't be him. This guy also, he's a great conqueror. That's not good. So he's just, looking for kingdom level titles to take. Looked at Castile here, and yeah, he's a great conqueror. So he may be coming up Francia. We'll just have to see. Could try to get this King of Bavaria excommunicated, take his title, and then we would need Swabia and Alsace to connect up our realm. Don't know how long we're going to live. Maastricht here, can we attack them? And it's not the greatest. They are quite powerful. Jülich, I should say. It's really their allies that are so strong. Guess we should probably just wait. See, the Plantagenets are back on the throne of the Empire of Francia. Just a massive military and a gigantic amount of gold. So, I don't know. Maybe they'll be there for a while. I think we've been going for quite a while. Certainly know what our next move is going to be, or at least one of the moves that we're going to make in a very short period of time, which is to get these last two counties in Upper Lotharingia and finally connect our realm. Looks like we still have 2 years left. After that, it's an interesting question. Maybe we were able to get the child ruler of Bavaria excommunicated when he is 12, or maybe not. Probably will need to develop some sinful personality traits before we can do that. But really our next step is to look and try to find somewhere where we could get a king level title. Fortunately, our own liege just seems too powerful. Title of Germany has not been formed. Title of Burgundy has not been formed. I think France is owned by the overall emperor. Phrygia. Just don't think we can get a claim on it is the problem. No. Okay, well, let's see about Bohemia. No. Okay. So we'll continue to look. If we can't get a claim, it's not the end of the world. We'll slap another feudal elective title on our duchies. Make sure they all go to our current heir, who has this amazing son here, who should be very powerful. Let's actually make sure we are appropriately educating our grandsons. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you'll join me for the next episode as we proceed here to see if we can go from really the depths of being a landless adventurer to becoming a queen and eventually the most powerful ruler on the globe. Thanks again. Goodbye.